What's up, everyone? All right, so in today's episode, I'm gonna break down the trades from this morning. And now I have to say, today was not easy. I started first trade of the day in the red, 2,000 bucks, but I ended up recovering, finishing the day in the green, not only at the daily goal, I'm actually sitting up right now, $16,565. That's impressive for Friday. And it was thanks in part to a stock at 9:35 that came out with breaking news that they're launching a satellite with SpaceX next month. Anytime a small cap company has the name of a big company in the headline, it gets extra attention. This stock ended up squeezing up 140%, over 73 million shares of volume on today, and I got some nice trades. So let's jump onto the screen share and break it down. First trade of the day, the only stock I'm red on, VCIG. Now, you know what? VCIG got me. This stock squeezed up. It was, here's the problem this morning. I'm going to give it to you straight. The problem this morning was that we didn't have anything good on the scanners. The leading gainer was like 35%. We didn't have anything big, anything obvious, and I should have been more patient. But here was the problem. VCIG hit my scanner and it started squeezing. And when it started squeezing right here, this was the first move. It goes up to 220, it goes up to 230, goes up to 240, and I bought right there for the break of 240. And I was looking for the squeeze through 250. It ends up hitting a high of 245, dropping down to 220. I stopped out, lost $2,000 on that trade, and I can't believe it. I stopped out on support, and then it rallies back up. Now I turned around and I did get back in it, but at the moment I was like, I'm in too high. We've got a doji candle forming. This is not good. It's coming down, but it based out there. It was a light volume red candle. The MACD stayed open, and this is a great example of where I should have been more patient. I should have waited for the pullback. I got sucked into trading it. I was looking at the level 2. I saw, it was like a seller and it was thinning out, and I was like, okay, I'm going to jump in right here, and then it stalled out. I was in too high, had to stop out. I got back in, but with smaller size, and it went up to 260, but that wasn't enough for me to recoup all the loss. So it dipped back down. It rallied back up a second time, but it just, here's the problem with this one. Here, MACD had gone negative, right? So I was like, nah, I don't know about that. Went up to 270 and then it pulled back. So that was about 7:15 a.m., first trade of the day, bright and early in the red. That's no fun. Next trade, ISPC. So then I trade ISPC, and this stock, not clean either. Look at this garbage. So this thing, high volume red candle from earlier, big rejection. And when it came back up here, as it started to break VWAP, I thought, well, geez, it's squeezing. Maybe we'll get a move up to the pre-market high. So I did jump in it at the break of 450 for the break of the $0.50. It squeezed up to 5 and then rejected. High volume selling, not good. Made 900 bucks on it, but that was not a clean trade. And after that, I was like, all right, the caution flag is out. I'm down $137 today. I need to be careful. We're not moving in the right direction. Now it's 7:30. 7:45, nothing better happens. It's slow. 8 a.m., top of the hour, nothing. Next trade, 8:30, WHLR. WHLR is a stock that I've traded in the past, but it's a stock that can be a little bit tricky. It's very thinly traded. It's got a low float. It can squeeze when it has news, but I couldn't find the news today. So here's the way I traded it. It started to pop up, and I'll pull up the 1-minute chart here. So on the 1-minute chart, I did identify this descending resistance line. It had popped up right here at about 8:30. So on this first pop, I jumped in it with small size. So I got a small trade here, and it goes from 5 all the way up to 6. It then pulls back, it comes back up, pulls back, and then right here breaks 550 and goes all the way up to a high of just under 660, 650. That was a really nice move right here. So I traded both here and I traded here. And I got $10,000 of profit out of it, which honestly was more than I expected. But the stock, here's the thing, when it started to pull away right here, that's when I was like, okay, we've got something that I can work with. So we started to pull away there. It then pulled back, and then I took my big trade on it right here. That was my bigger trade. And that had higher volume. It was a little bit safer. But unfortunately, it didn't keep going. At that moment, I kind of was like, all right, this feels obvious, and it's kind of maybe a wild card Friday setup. I realized it didn't have a clear catalyst, but I thought if this thing wants to squeeze, I'm going to try to ride the momentum. Let's see where it goes. but unfortunately it just popped up and then big reversal, didn't hold up. And so then at that point, going into the open, I was sitting up just under 10,000 on the, or just about 10,000 on the day. And then WKEY halts up at 935. Boom, halts up right here at 370. It shows a resumption of 380, then 390, then 410, 420, 430, 440, 450. It ends up resuming at like 460. It dips for a second, and I added right here, and it rips up into a second halt. So now I'm holding into the second halt in at 497, just under 5. It opens and squeezes up to 650. With 6,000 shares, I lock up just under $1 a share, $6,000. And I did all of that right in that window there. It sold off, it came back up, it sold off, came back up, sold, kind of choppy here, went up to a high of 850 after hours. And it's holding up. So is this something we should watch into Monday? Probably. I'm not going to take any more trades on it now at this point. The daily chart on it, it's a little bit tricky. It's a stock that's done reverse splits. It's been beaten up. It's a small cap stock, but it's coming up off the lows and they've got this good catalyst. So high volume day today, 73 million shares of volume. I mean, this all looks pretty decent. So, I'm interested to see what it does on Monday. It may pop up at 4 a.m. and then by the time I'm sitting down, it's going to already be coming back down. I mean, that's certainly possible. It's hard to say for sure, but it's definitely something that is worth keeping an eye on as long as it closes, I would say, strong going into 8 p.m. So, a couple more hours left in after hours trading. There's certainly the possibility that it could sell off. And if it does sell off hard, then that would be disappointing. But if it can hold up, and, it certainly could, there's probably not going to be a lot more volume here going into the close, then, that could give some trades for Monday morning. The only problem, though, like I said, is that if that happens, it's likely that the trades will be at like 4 a.m. And then by the time, we're sitting down at 7 a.m., we're going to feel like we've missed it. Now, for those of you guys over the weekend, I would encourage you, if you haven't already checked it out, to watch this episode, How to Buy the Dip the Right Way. A lot of people have given me great feedback on this episode. They really liked it. Now, if you want to follow that up with a good episode, Grateful Dead right here, that's 2.9 million views right there. Great song, Jerry Garcia. I think you'd enjoy that. So you set your playlist how you'd like. Get it started with some Grateful Dead, then go into How to Buy the Dip. Either way you want to do it, you can't go wrong. So I hope you guys check out this episode. I'll be back at it live streaming Monday morning. I will upload a game plan for the week ahead on Sunday. So that'll give you my watch list for Monday morning. And I have a special episode I'll be uploading tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in for that. I hope you're subscribed to the channel. If not, you can hit that subscribe button. Then you'll get the notification when the new upload goes live. I want to remind you, as always, trading is risky. My results aren't typical. So please manage your risk and always practice in a simulator before you put real money on the line. All right, so with that, I will see you guys back at it first thing Monday morning.